This conference will now be recorded.
So in last session, we were discussing the project structure. I'll continue the same. Okay. So we were trying to just understand the project process flow, and with reference to that, when we are creating a project structure, what are the things which we need to keep in mind? So I'll continue the same. In previous session, we gone through with the process of project life cycle, okay, where we are having four phases: initiation, planning, execution, handover, and closure. So here initiation, just when we are initiating the project, and then planning, we are doing the detailed planning. With this can be a cost planning, budget planning, procurement planning, resource planning. Okay, all these things will be managed here. And in execution, the project will be taken to execute, and monitoring and control. So monitoring and control means whatever the progress is happening, how we need to monitor it, and how we need to control the project activities, whether with respect to the project budget or like production, in with reference to achieve my goals of the project. And then handover, inspection, and handing over will be done, and then finally project will be closed. So in each phase we are having activities. So with reference to that, we were trying to start from project structure. Okay. So few of things, maybe it will not be directly relevant. Just understand that, let's say if we are starting a project, that my first activity is to create a project structure there. So I'll take very simple example and we will proceed with the same example. Let's say you are the company, okay, contracting company, and you are, what you are doing, you received, or you got one contract from one of real estate company to construct one house. Very simple example. Okay, with reference to that, we will see all the transaction, how we need to take it to the next. Okay, so first we'll try to correlate that how we need to understand the complete financial transactions here. Okay, so let's say there is one project called house construction, and let me just correlate more here. Let's say we are the company, uh, ABC Construction. Okay, so we are the company ABC Construction, and our client is, let's say, customer is Godrej Properties. Okay, so Godrej Properties is a real estate company, and they are constructing houses and they are selling it to its customer. Okay, but we working as a construction, as a contractor company, and we are going to construct one house for Godrej Properties. So this is a company to company business. We are not directly checking for end to end. We will see that scenario, but just take it exactly simple example where this ABC construction company is constructing houses or buildings for Godrej Property. So here ABC Construction, this is us, this is we, and Godrej Properties is our customer. Okay, so let's say the contract is awarded. Okay, I'm not going the previous steps how the pre-tendering activities is being taken care, but just consider that contract is awarded to us. Okay, and now we have started this project. So when we are starting, first of all, just we need to create the project structure. So here the project definition, I'm considering it's a house construction. Okay, and let's say house construction, I'll keep some name also, Godrej Properties, house number or something, and same, this is my first level of WBSL. So I'm going to track all the activities, tasks, whatever I'm going to perform here. Okay, so when we are tracking the complete project financials, okay, because my main focus to understand the financial first here. Okay, so here we are going to understand with reference to what we are going to deliver to Godrej. Okay, so here my complete, one second, someone is coming and going. Who's this waiting for? Okay, so let us say when we have started this project, first of all, we are doing some preliminary activities. Okay, so let's say here preliminary work. preliminary work. Okay, and this preliminary work is having um, design. Okay, okay, and this design is having, let's say, okay, we'll understand this what is means. Okay, so let's say when we are starting the project, okay, first of all we are just checking whatever the activities we are having in the preliminary work. Okay, so in preliminary I'm saying design. Under the design I'm having again two WBS element called design services, okay, and design approval. So what we need here, we'll take a service from any vendor, okay, and then once it is done, once it is delivered to us, then we will approve it. We will just go with the client and we will take approval to proceed it further. Okay, so first is design. Okay, within this design I'm having design services and design approval, two activities or two WBS element. Okay, similarly under the same design I'll just keep, for example, legal approvals. Okay, so for legal approvals also we need to just take a consultancy for the legal approval. Okay, we need to pay to the lawyers, or we can give this complete legal approval to any lawyer firms. So I'm just saying consultancy for legal firms. Legalization. That's it. Only just I want to keep it simple. So this is my preliminary work, and once the approval is happened, then we will start to work on it. So we are having two things here. First is material. Our internal team will buy the material from outside, and then we will hire a labor from outside or contractors to just execute this project. So here I'm saying material. Okay, under the material I'm saying, let's say material procurement. Okay, in material procurement I am procuring cement. Okay, I'm procuring bricks. I'm procuring steel. Okay, then service procurement. Here I'm saying service procurement. In service procurement I will secure civil work, plumbing, electrical work. Okay, and so on. Just I'll keep these three, so this will be simple and easy to track. So this is my project structure. So here this is, let's say this is my project definition, and under that we are having first level of WBS element, and again this is preliminary work is also next level WBS element, then design it is next level WBS element, then design services, this is the next one. Okay, so this means this I'm just keeping based on the WBS only. So here when we receive this contract, when this contract was awarded by Godrej Properties to us, then Godrej Properties has given a sales order. Okay, that the complete contract will have some value. Okay, so let's say this contract was given, and here I'm saying uh, the value of this contract. Here I'm saying sales order or contract value. So what we are going to sell exactly? Any idea? We are going to sell a complete house, not individual tasks like design, legal approval, material procurement. No, we are procuring, we are executing, we are planning, we are executing, we are doing all these activities, but our final product will be 1 second. So here our final product will be house only. We are going to sell house. So let's say this particular WBS element this this product we are going to sell. So here we will have complete value. So let's say the sales order we are saying it's a lakhs or 1 million. 10 lakhs we are calling it as a 1 million. Okay, 1 million USD or 1 million rupees. Okay, and then this is my sales order value. Okay, uh, just a second. And here when we are creating sales order, the total value of this whole sales order will be 1 million. And left side, when we are thinking about the financials, okay, this project structure we have created, and then we need to do the cost planning, that whatever the amount we are going to keep it for individual task, then how we are going to take it next. Okay, so let's say when we are doing the planning, that is a initial cost planning. So when we receive this cost plan, okay, when we are receiving this contract, same time we are doing rough cut cost planning. Rough cut cost planning is nothing, it's just we are planning based on our past experience and based on some project histories, whatever the project we have done in the past, based on that we are planning. Okay, but it is not being done in thorough or in detail a market analysis. This is just based on my previous project experience only. So here I'm saying cost plan in version 2 or version 1. So like we are planning the values in a different versions or different sheet in the Excel. Similarly, we can plan the values here in different versions. So let's say I'm planning the value in cost plan version 2. Okay, and then again we are going to the next level. Let's say once we are getting some more details of the project, then we will do some cost planning in version 1. Okay, then once it is planned in version 1, then what we will do next, we'll send it for the next level of approval. Okay, we will send it to the management for the approval. So some values will be approved. Okay, so here the approved cost is called budget. Okay, once it is done, then we need to procure the services. For example, to procure this design approval or procure cement, bricks, steel, we need to have some commitment. Okay, so we will go for that, but let us understand this portion first. So what you will do when you are doing the cost planning, okay, let us see this column. Okay, this is very important. Today's session is very important to understand the whole life cycle of project financial perspective. Okay, so let's say when you receive this requirement, you know the structure, and then you are going to do cost planning in version 2. Okay, so let us do the planning here. So this is the first level WBS element, this is a second, this is a third, this is a fourth. So we are using till fourth level of WBS element in this structure. So any idea where exactly we do the planning, here on this level or this level or this level, as per your experience, or just some idea on which level this planning is supposed to be done? Anyone?
Design services.
Design services, correct. So we are going at last level, at the fourth level. So for example, at design services, we are just going to, like, as per my experience, I am saying it will take around 40,000. Okay, and design approval, let's say it will take 1,000, or let's say design services only, this task is taking some cost, this is consuming some cost, but design approval, because this is being executed internally in the organization, okay, this will not take any, this will not consume any cost directly to the project. For example, or let's say if my resources are involved, that whatever the amount of time they're spending, accordingly I'm just doing some estimation of cost. So let's say this will take only 5,000 here. Okay, so design services costing us is 40,000 and design approval 5,000. Okay, and this total at design is supposed to be 45,000, right? This is supposed to be roll up. Is it clear? So here we are having 5,000, here we are having 40,000, and next level it is being rolled up. Similarly, let's say for legal approval, consultancy for legalization, I am saying this activity or this task will take 70,000, right? So here 70,000 plus 45,000, this will become a total preliminary work, right? What it means, we are doing the planning at last level wherever it is applicable, and it is getting rolled up to its parent level. Okay, it's obvious because if you want to see the total design cost, so this means this is supposed to be rolled up from its child WBS element, from design services and design approval, right? Similarly, when I'm asking for the total cost of legal approval, this is supposed to roll up from consultancy for legalization. Okay, similarly for the material procurement, let's see, and it's taking 100,000, for which it is taking 50,000, for steel it is taking, let's say, 40,000. The total is 190,000. When I'm asking, okay, what is the material cost, material procurement cost here? So you will say 190,000. But when I'm asking individually, what is the cost for cement or bricks or steel, you will say individually. Okay. Similarly, for material also, this will become the same because we are not having further head under the material. Okay. Same way for the services also. So let's say if I'm considering 50,000 for civil work, 40,000 for plumbing work, and electrical work, let's say 30,000. So total it is okay. So this means legal approval, it is same. So when I'm saying my total project cost, how much this supposed to be? This plus, okay, this is here, and then material cost, and then service cost. Okay, service is here. This supposed to be here like this. So this is coming 425,000, right? So this is my version 1, and when you are going in more detail, then you can again detail it out. Let's say in place of 45,000, this may change to 40,000, and here in place of 190,000, this may change to 195,000. So you are going more elaborative by doing all these analysis in the market. So analysis means like I have written these values based on my past experience, but when we are going in the detail, we will check in the market exactly how much it is costing. For example, cement, I'll go to the different shops, vendors, and I'll check their offers. Based on the offers, then I'll write this cost. Okay, this is costing, if I'm going to buy from this vendor, this will cost me this much of amount. So similarly, this detailed analysis will be done, and we will plan the values here. 1 second. Okay. So here the detailed planning, let's say when I'm doing the detailed planning, I'm going direct. Okay, this will be 90% of my, just for my, I have to keep it simple, this data. Okay, let's say when I'm going in detail, okay, this is only 90% of whatever we have planned in version 2. Okay, and then we'll send it to approval, send it for approval, and then in approval, this will be, let's say, 80% of whatever we are going to approve. Okay, this may be change. I'm just taking a straightforward 80%, but this may be change as per your different task here. Okay, different WBS setting. So once this budget is planned, okay, so this means these figures will control your further transactions here. Means here for design services, you are having total approved amount of 28,800. So this means you can use only this much of amount for this particular task. So let's say this design services, you just want to buy this services from any contractor. Okay, so to do the designing, to prepare this model, you are just giving this contract to an architect. Okay, and this architect, okay, and this architect is charging. Okay, so in this case, you will do the procurement. So when we are doing procurement, anything we are creating the purchase requisition. This is the request to This is request to purchase some services, right? So we are calling it as a purchase requisition. Okay, just remember this terminology, purchase requisition. So purchase requisition, it is just request to purchase. We are going to purchase these services and this much of amount. And these services will have quantities and all the details, whatever the services you are going to buy. Okay. So let's say from this design services, this in place of 28,000, you are going to purchase one services of 20,000. So this means this was your plan budget, and here this is going to become your commitment budget. Means 20,000 is committed. You need to pay to someone. You need to pay to your vendor. It's not finalized yet. It's your request only to purchase, but yes, you have to purchase for this service. Okay. Similarly, for design and approval, you may have some commitment, or you don't require it directly to purchase anything, but you may require to consume it with reference to any employee's timesheet. Okay. Similarly, let's say the cement you want to buy some quantity. Okay, let's say 100 quantity of bags you want to buy. So here it is costing you 50,000, for example. Okay, so 50,000, it is still less than 72,000. So this means system will allow to buy. But let's say in any case, if cement quantity is going high in your project consumption, project execution, so in that case, this budget will not be sufficient. So in that case, you may require to supplement the budget. Okay, so we'll take just simple example here. This is services, and once this services purchase requisition is done, then you will go for the purchase order. So this is the order exactly which you are giving to your vendor to buy this services or material. So let's say the same amount of uh, purchase order you have converted. Okay, I am taking as it is. So this means this portion is costing part, okay, where you are consuming the cost to complete this project. But another side, you need to take the amount from your customer also. So your total value of your project is 1 million, and as and when you are progressing in your project, you will start to bill to your customer that I have done this much of work. Please give me this amount. For example, when you are starting a project, okay, even before starting, you need some advance. Let's say 5% of your project value, and as per your contract condition, it is defined in the contract that once you will do excavation, okay, then client has to pay 10%, and once your design is approved, then client has to pay 10%. Once you have done the substructure ready or superstructure ready, then client again pay to 15%. So you can have some different milestones where this payment has to be done from customer. Okay, so that is the revenue side. This is your cost side, and this is your revenue side. So now when we are going to understand the project, complete project, we need to understand from both the side. First is cost side, another is the revenue side. Project, what is the cost side is coming to procure the material or services, and what exactly you are going to sell. So here your final product which you are going to sell, that is a project. So this means your sales order, your sales of the item means that is a construct house construction, that will be with reference to first level of WBS element. However, your costing part, that will be at other level of WBS element. Any doubt here? Any question? See, this is very simple, like how we are generally doing at home also. Okay, when we are constructing our own house, we are just checking whatever the amount we need to plan for particular activity, particular task, services. Okay, similarly, we are putting the amount to buy this services and material, right? So same thing we are doing, but it is in a well formatted way. Okay, so this is a proper formatted way where you are going with all the structure and all level of approval and all. So first thing which you need to do here, first you need to create this project structure. Okay, and then we need take it to the next year. Okay, so in which transactions we are creating this project structure? That is a CJ20N. CJ20N. Here project builder. Okay, and then we will have some controls. Okay, we'll try to understand this project structure in more detail today. So just a second, let me close some unwanted screens here. So we are going to replicate once again the same structure, and we will follow the same structure at least till mid of this session, mid of this course. Okay, we'll just go with the same. So quickly let me share my screen here. Okay, so here we are going with transaction CJ20N. Okay, and go to project. Okay, so how we are creating? I am in the transaction CJ20N. Go to project. So if you are already having some project in past which you have executed, you can copy. If it is not there, you can copy it as a fresh project. So I'm creating as a new project. So click here on the project, and here first I need to find out the open number. So let's say this project supposed to start with C and following with 4 zeros. Check it. C03. Let me see the find next after last assign. So this is proposing me C dot 0007. I'm accepting the same, and I'll copy the same description what we are keeping here. So I'll be a little fast because here already we understood. So I'm selecting project profile. Based on the project profile, all the relevant profiles will be selected here. Okay. So this particular project is under controlling area 0001, company code 0001, business area 0001, and plant 0001. Here, first level WBS element I'll create. That is again having the same WBS element. Then again I'll go to the next level. So this is a quickly I'll go preliminary work. Okay, then again next is, so I'll create second level WBS element first. Okay. So if we are creating second level WBS element, we need to right click on first level. When we are creating third level, we need to right click on second level. So it is at always parent level. So here design, then again legal approvals, and then again material procurement under the material, and then service procurement under the services. Okay, then again I'll go under the design what we are having, design services. Okay, then design approvals, okay, then legal approvals and legalization, then material procurement, cement, bricks, and steel. So here cement, bricks, and steel. Then under the services procurement, I'll go with the civil work, plumbing and electrical work. Civil work, plumbing and electrical work. Okay, so now I'm saving it and then we'll see. I'm just saving it from this option. So project is saved for us. Let us see what we are having in this project. So to see that, double click here. It will show you the structure here. There's a first level WBS element which is having next level. Then again, preliminary work is having two more WBS element, and further we can navigate to the last level. Okay. So let us study WBS element what we are having. Okay. So if you see here, okay, whatever the cost is there, whatever the budget is there, purchase requisition is there, and purchase order, and further whatever the transaction, financial transactions you are going to execute, that will happen with reference to this WBS element. Okay. Similarly, with reference to WBS element, you are posting your revenue also. You are planning your revenue, which is my sales order value, right? That is my revenue part. So WBS is basically it is helping us to plan the values. Plan the values means plan the cost, plan the budget, plan revenue, plan the commitment, right? So this is its function. Okay. And in SAP terminology, wherever we can post the cost and revenue, we call it as the account assignment object. Okay. Apart from that, if you see here in design services and design approval, I plan the cost, right? I plan the cost. I in both the WBS element, but here in the design it is rolled up. We have not planned the cost here. The values was rolled up from its child of WBS element. Similarly, if you see the first level WBS element, it is being rolled up here. I have not entered any value directly. So wherever we are planning the values, we are calling it as a planning element. Means my planning element is design services. My planning element is design approval. And wherever I'm doing the posting, that is my account assignment. Means design services, I'm doing the posting for purchase requisition, purchase order, and further we are going to pay to the vendor. So this is my account assignment object. Means we are using it as a account assignment. And here if you see, we are going to bill, we are going to create a sales order with reference to this WBS element. So wherever we are going to plan the revenue, we are calling it as a billing element. Three terminologies here: planning, account assignment, and billing. So let us see this how we are going to define in WBS. Once you click on WBS element, right side you will see this. Okay, operative indicator. We are calling it as an operative indicator. In WBS, we are having three operative indicator. First is a planning element, second is a account assignment, and third is a billing element. So if I want to plan the values, means if I want to plan cost values for this WBS element, I need to select it as a planning element. If I want to post the values, means cost or revenue, then I need to select as a account assignment. And if I want to plan the revenue also for this WBS element, I need to select billing element. So as per my process, which I'm proceeding next, we are having the planning values here in this level and account assignment, but not billing element. So we will do the setting for all the WBS element. Design approval, I need planning. I need account assignment because I may require to post some value. I don't need billing. Okay, let's go for the consultancy legalization. I need a planning. I need account assignment. So let's keep all last level WBS element as planning and account assignment. Planning and account assignment. Planning and account assignment. Similarly for the services also. So services procurement, civil work, I'll just keep planning and account assignment, planning and account assignment, and then planning and account assignment. Okay. And in which WBS element we are doing the billing? Any idea? Where this is supposed to be?
At root WBS,
at root
This
WBS.
is
This is
same
my
as
house construction. Yeah. So this means our sales order, our complete contract is for entire project, not for a particular task. So this means we are going to bill this WBS element. Okay. So I'll consider it as an account assignment because we are going to post the revenue on this WBS element. Along with that, we are going to plan the revenue. So this will go for the billing element. But we don't want to plan the cost on this, so we will not select this one. Clear? Okay. So save it. So let's say this project structure is created. Okay, this project structure is ready now. Okay, and here when you are coming, you will see before starting of this structure to take it to the next, you just need to take a confirmation from project manager or from some account manager that whatever the structure is created, it is correct. Okay, so here some relevant things we will see. This is my project definition. It is system status. So whenever we are creating a project, the system status is getting set to CRTD, means it is just created. You cannot post anything as of now on this project. So to post, you need to release. If you want to post any cost or revenue, you need to release this project. Here, there is a person responsible. Who is the responsible person to manage this project? You can select it so that you can see it in report. So let's say Thomas is the person responsible. And let's say applicant number. So here basically we have taken an uh, example of where we are going to sell this complete project, means we are constructing it for Godrej properties. So in this case we will have the customer. Applicant is not required in this case. And let's say start date is, this project is going to start from 1st of July and we'll finish it on 5th of June 2025. Control, it will show you all the profiles here, so we are not going to do anything as of now. As and when we are proceeding, we'll see this all, whatever the profiles are being used here. Administration, you can see some details, long text, collect PR indicator, okay, and user field. Let me come back here to control administration. Okay, here control, you will see here partner determination procedure. So sometimes we required that we need to enter some customer detail on my project, that who is my customer here, right? Nothing is written, it is just from our side project structure we have created, but we are not going to enter anything. So to manage that, there is a functionality here, partner determination procedure. So you select that. I think no value is there. Once you are selecting that, you will see here partner function, we'll see that. Okay, let us keep it simple now. Okay, I have saved it. So this means if you want to see this project structure, okay, in reporting, so SAP has given some reporting transactions. Let us see that one. I have opened a new screen. You go to logistics, you go to project system, then you go to financials. Sorry, you go to project. You go to information system here. Okay, you go to structure. You go to CN41N. This is a project structure overview. Here you can see the overview in CN41N also, CN41 or in CN41N. This is suggested because it will have more details. CN41N. You double click here. PS information profile, always this will be all zeros one. Enter the project, okay, and execute it. So here you can see the complete structure here. Okay, this is a report. Or you can just click here on this expand tree. You just click here and go to expand tree. The complete tree will be open. Here you can see all the WBS elements, whatever the WBS element we have created. Okay. Next, let us see here the this portion. Okay, we are having system status and user status. Any idea what is user status? Okay, so what we are going to consider here, very simple scenario to understand that. Okay, this is your Godrej properties. Okay, and here is ABC construction, and you got a order to construct house. ABC construction again is having different departments. So let's say this is a CRM department, customer relationship management, or sales department. Okay, and we are having project department. Then we are having here procurement department. So when we are executing this project, all different departments will be involved here. We are having finance department. So when this project is awarded to ABC construction, here CRM department or sales department will interact with this client. Okay, they will get all the details whatever the project is awarded, and then this department will create a project structure. Okay, initial project structure as per their experience, and then they will send this complete project structure to project department to execute it further. So what they will do, they will create a project and send it to project department along with all the sales order values, that this is the things which we need to deliver to Godrej properties. And then this project department will start to work on it. They will do the planning, they will do the budgeting, they will do all the execution activities and further all the arrangement of inspection, and then they will deliver it to Godrej property. So whatever the transaction they're executing here, different department is going to involve. So let's say your project structure is created here, and that time status was CRTD, means this is just created. And when they send it to the project department, they can send for planning. Okay, so when they are setting this status to send for planning, this will a mail will be triggered to project department, or a workflow can be arranged to send it to the project department. Then project department, the person who kept as a person responsible in project profile, sorry, project definition, he will get a mail, and then he started to check it, and then he will do the detailed cost planning. Okay, so to do the detailed cost planning, we can have further status here. So let's say once your financial planning is done, then you can say planning completed. Okay, or sent for approval. So whatever the process flow steps are there, that will be managed through user status. So we have already understood that part in IM, but here it is a different here. Object type will be different. So let me just quickly show you that how we can select this project profile. We'll see uh, we'll see how this status profile can be created in the system and later stage. But this is what we require this status profile to manage here. So here let me again move to project. Here in this particular project, this is one status profile is given. Let me just see if any status profile is there apart from this. Uh, Nothing is there, I think. Let me see. No, it's not there. Okay, so let me just arrange for that. But if you have any question from this area, please tell me. Then I'll clarify, and then I'll jump to the next topic of user status to explain it. Shikha, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so user status basically it is helping us to manage our workflow. Okay, it is helping us to control the transactions. Control transactions means, let's say if in certain stage, if I want to restrict to execute some transactions, or some transaction I would like to allow, in that case user status will help. So user status, it is in our hand. As per my business process, I need to define the user status. Okay, so like how I was considering here in this step, when my project structure is created, the user status supposed to be CRTD, and when I'm setting status to send for planning, a mail will be triggered to project department, means to the person responsible here, whatever I'm keeping here project definition. So once the mail will be received by this guy, he will open the project and then he will do all necessary changes in this project structure and will send it to further for the planning, like cost planning, budget planning, and all these things. So we can track, we can keep watching, we can keep reporting based on status, also user status. So just looking into the status, we'll come to know, okay, this is in a planning stage, this is an execution stage, okay, this is in a handover stage. So we can have different stages. Or if you want to just see it broadly, I can say initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and handover. This can be my status. So by just setting the status, I can say, okay, I am in the initiation stage, I am in the planning stage, I am in the monitoring control stage, I am in the inspection. So let me keep it very simple. I'll create one status profile by keeping all these phases. Okay, and then we'll see how exactly it looks like. Clear? Okay, so I'm not going to explain it much from profile side, configuration side. Just see this how I'm doing it. I'll come back to explain this, the purpose of doing it. Okay, so here, okay, 02. I'm just quickly I'm creating it. Okay, so I've just created. I'll explain it later. What is the meaning of this one? Okay, I'll use this profile in my project. So just for go to CJ20N, or I think it's already open. Let me come back here again. So this is my project definition here. I'll select my status profile here. This is my status profile which I've created just now. Okay, yes. It's not selected. Oh, ZPS. I've selected this one, project structure. So I'm in the initiation stage. See, automatically it is selected because in status profile I have selected INIT as a initial status. Okay, and when we are moving to planning status, so what we'll do, that person responsible, the person who's having the authorization, he will come here and he will change this status to planning. So once it is changed to planning, it will show you here as a planning PLAN, and system will trigger a mail to a responsible people to whom we need to send this workflow. That is a custom solution. So here this is a standard. Whatever we can see, we can create a user status profile, which where we can define process flow, and based on that we can arrange to trigger a mail to the person responsible or applicant or some more partner function people. Okay, so consider this is just created now, and here whatever the activities we are going to do means like financial transactions or confirmation, that will happen with reference to your WBS element. So in previous session we were saying that in WBS we are having, these are the major functions. Okay, planning, we can plan the cost. We understood that yes, we can plan the cost. The WBS element supposed to be selected as a planning element. Okay, and we can plan the revenue. Here next comes the dates. So whenever we are doing, when we are planning the dates, means when we are doing the scheduling to execute this, we are planning the basic dates. So here let us see in WBS element what we are having. So when you are clicking on WBS element, you will see this WBS, this tab. So here, basic start date and basic finish date. These field you will use to plan your baseline dates. And here you will use for the forecast. So this activity will be done in the planning phase, right? And once you are going for the execution, your actual start date and actual finish date will be entered here. So as of now, these dates are disabled because this project is not ready for execution. To make it ready for execution, we need to release this project. Okay, so we can plan the dates. Then next is assignment. Okay, let me come back again here. So we are having basic dates, we are having scheduled dates, we are having actual dates. Then again we are having budgets. We can plan the budget. So Excel sheet already I have prepared, and then we'll follow. I'll show you all the functions how we are proceeding further for this particular all functions. So when we are creating project, okay, there is profile selected. What is that profile? Any idea? I have
Project
selected
Project
profile.
profile.
project profile. So here you can see on the control that is a project profile. So this means this project profile is supposed to be there in the configuration. Then only you can use it here. So when we are creating any project, we need to have a project profile in the configuration. Okay, so this is a project profile. Project profile here to do the cost planning or revenue planning is supposed to have planning profile. This planning profile will be assigned to project profile. So this is a master profile. Project profile is a master profile. Okay, and others are only profiles which we need to create separately and need to assign it to project profile. To manage our budget, we will have budget profile. Okay, to manage our AUCs, asset under construction, we will have investment profile. To calculate interest on by project, we will have interest profile. So individually profile has to be created and need to be assigned to the project profile. Similarly, like we need to have a status profile to manage the status in the project, and we need to create a status profile, and then this profile has to assign to project profile, like how I have assigned it just now. I have created one status profile quickly and assign it to the project directly, not to the project profile. So project profile, it has to be created in backend, and then it's supposed to be available when we are creating a project. Okay, so let us see how we can create project profile. Okay, so just going forward, I need to explain one more thing here. When we are doing configuration, see here in system we are having, one is front end, that will be used as a end user, like how I am using CJ20N. In backend, how these settings are working, that is my configuration. Transaction is SPRO. Okay. So to manage all my functionality in this transaction, this is supposed to be managed here in the configuration transaction SPRO. This is similar like uh, when we are using Facebook. Okay. Let's say if you are the administrator, if you are the controller, who is providing the options based on the user requirement. So you are having backend console where you are having all the options to control the different functionalities for my user. So just you are selecting these options for your user so that they can use that specific functionality in the system, right? So here in configuration, same thing you are going to do. Whatever the functionalities supposed to be active or inactive, that you are going to manage here in the configuration. And transaction is SPRO. This transaction always will be executed on GUI, graphical user interface only. You cannot use it in Fury or other area to manage your projects. So we are going to create this profile here in configuration. So to see that, go to new screen, go to SPRO, go to SAP reference IMG, go to project system, go to structure, operative structure, go to work breakdown structure, go to create project profile, create project profile. As of now, we are using a standard project profile. So to just useful, to make it useful, I am just copying it, copy, select this line, copy, and here I am saying Z. All my configuration will start Z as 0002. I am saying construction project profile. That's it. So let me see the options what we are having. These are options here given. Okay, one by one we will understand that. Okay. So this is the profile which is behind to create a project. So if you want to create a project again in CJ20N, now you will start to see this project profile. You go to CJ20N. Let's say if you want to create a new project, go to project. Let's say if I'm saying next project will be 8. So here in place of standard, I'll start to see here construction project profile. You select it, test, this will start to work. So as of now, I have not done any changes in the project profile, which is copied from existing one. We'll see when we are doing any changes, how exactly it is impacting here. Okay. And the next session, we'll understand again the status, user status in detail, and then workflow. Then we'll go to the cost planning. Okay. Just preliminary cost planning. Then we'll go to understand in more detail this WBS element. Any question, please? Okay.
So
I'm closing it.
regarding software,
This is already ready. I'm just after this session, I'll give it to you.
okay.
Okay.